Police headquarters, Sunday, 8:23 p.m.
Iris, I'm going to ask you some questions. Please answer honestly. However, you do not have to say anything that might incriminate you.
The right to remain silent? You're treating me like a criminal.
Not exactly. I'm just looking for the truth, and I would appreciate your cooperation.
Is Ota's story true? Let's start with that.
Here's what Ota told me. Yesterday around 6:15 p.m., you and Renju came out of the Sunfish Pocket building.
By the way, in a real situation, this is not what you should be doing first. You shouldn't tell the suspect, even though I don't suspect Iris, the story that has been told to you by someone else, because if you do that, then you automatically eliminate your opportunity to cross-reference the two stories and find, well, differences between them. What's the actual word that I'm looking for? I don't know.
Is that true?
Yes? Mr. Okiura called me and told me he wanted me to come to Sunfish Pocket, ASAP.
Around what time was that?
5 p.m., I think. I got ready, then headed over there. I guess I got there about an hour later.
Date, I checked her call history. At 4:58 p.m., there is a record of a call to Iris from Renju's phone.
So that checks out. What were you doing with Renju?
What were you doing with Renju?
He asked me about a job.
What kind of job?
He rented out Sunfish Pocket for a party and he wanted me to MC. He said that it was an important party and that a lot of big shots were gonna be there, but the girl he asked to do it originally got sick and couldn't come. But I turned him down.
Why?
Because I'm just an internet idol. I've never done any MCing before, especially with important people being there.
What did you do after you turned him down?
What did you do after you turned him down?
I left with Mr. Okiura at 6:15 p.m. That must have been when Ota saw me.
And after that?
I asked Mr. Okiura to take me home in his car. I got home at 7 p.m. I was home the rest of the night.
What do you think, Aiba?
I cannot detect any contradictions. However, her story appears almost too organized. Human memory is ambiguous. Her use of exact times leads me to be suspicious.
That's true.
When did you find out Renju was killed?
When did you find out Renju was killed?
This morning, on the news.
And you were with Renju last night? You didn't think to call the police and inform them of this?
Oh, sorry. Is that something you're supposed to do? I had a podcast to record this morning, so if I went to the police, I'd be late. And that would cause everyone a lot of trouble, you know?
You used to work at Sunfish Pocket, right?
I heard you used to work at Sunfish Pocket.
That's right.
How long?
A little over a year.
Working there that long, you're probably pretty familiar with the equipment.
Yeah, I guess.
About the surveillance camera?
What about the surveillance camera? Do you know where those tapes were stored?
What are you trying to say?
Do you have an alibi for last night?
What were you doing from 7 to 9 last night?
I was at home the whole time.
You're sure?
Yes.
Aiba, thermograph.
There is no noticeable rise in Iris's body temperature.
She isn't lying.
Not necessarily. We must consider the possibility that she is a natural liar.
With that kind of confidence, her temperature wouldn't change.
Correct.
Renju's estimated time of death was 8 p.m. last night. If Iris' story is true, she couldn't have done it.
There is another possibility. Even if Iris was at home, she could have killed Renju.
You mean...
Can I ask your mother about your alibi?
I'll ask again. You are sure you were at home around 8 p.m. yesterday?
Yes.
Can I ask your mother about your alibi?
You can, but there'd be no point.
Why is that?
My mom wasn't home. She came back home early this morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
Where was she?
I don't know.
You don't know. Come to think of it, Iris's mom had connections to Renju too.
Hitomi did mention that yesterday.
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now.
However, we have nothing to link her to the case.
But I am curious. What was Hitomi doing last night?
Am I a suspect?
It's not like that.
It's fine, Date. It's true that I met with Mr. Okiura yesterday, but how do I put this? It's impossible that I'm the killer.
Why?
I'm a teenage girl. Mr. Okiura is a fully grown man.
Oh, she's got a point. A girl like her could have stabbed, poisoned, or shot him dead, but strangling?
No, it's still possible. You see,
Okay. Where Renju was murdered, discover Renju's weight. How heavy was he?
Iris could have choked Renju to death. If you are searching for proof of this, you will not find it here.
I wasn't meant to show it. I was trying to look at it. 160 pounds. Okay, that is relatively heavy. I mean, you know, if you consider it, if it was like, I don't know, 120 pounds, maybe Iris could have choked him. Sedation.
The autopsy discovered a high concentration.
Yeah.
This drug is called. It is likely that.
Yeah.
a heavy concentration of sedatives were discovered in Renju's body. Renju was practically in a coma before he died. He wouldn't have struggled.
So, Iris could have strangled him.
Wait a minute. Even if I was somehow able to kill him, the rest of it is impossible.
The rest of it?
Like hanging up his body?
How do you know that?
What do you mean? It's all over the news.
That's true. Renju weighed about 160 pounds. Even if she used her entire body weight, I don't think she could have hauled him up.
Right. It would be hard for her to do it with her strength alone. But with a little ingenuity, it could be done.
Yep.
Ingenuity?
Well, obviously, the hooks and the oil drum, well, that was just for the watch, wasn't it?
The oil drum is the type
Yeah,
that has a lid empty. It weighs The autopsy determined that, however,
okay, yeah,
this
that was
means
irrelevant. Was that it?
Renju's corpse was discovered hanging from a beam on the ceiling by a wire. He was found over the counter. The wire was attached on both ends. One end was attached to a hook that was embedded inside Renju's jaw. The kegs hold approximately 20 liters of liquid. They weigh approximately 55 pounds.
Okay, if it includes all of that, then it should be this.
It went like this. First, Renju was laid out on the counter. Next, the wire was thrown over the beam and connected to the hook in his jaw. Then all you need to do is put the 3 beer kegs on the counter.
You think a teenage girl could have done that?
I'm sure it was hard. The kegs weighed 55 pounds each. But that's not impossible, even for a teenage girl.
I guess it isn't impossible.
After that, you get on top of the counter, hook the other end of the wires to the kegs, and then... what do you think happens if you kick the kegs off the counter?
The 3 kegs weighed 165 pounds altogether. Renju weighs 5 pounds less. I guess that would make it possible.
But
But there is one more thing.
What?
Considering the state of the crime scene, it's clear Renju was killed elsewhere and brought to where we found him. If Iris is the culprit, how did she move the body?
hey!
I know. You're going to say you couldn't have moved a 160-pound body.
Unfortunately for her, she could have.
How?
The elevator record? Maybe. So that's a no. The oil drum. Yep. And the watch.
Do you know what this is? It's Renju's favorite watch. This was discovered inside an empty oil drum at Sunfish Pocket.
Hey, Date, I know you're on a roll right now, but could you please report things like that according to protocol?
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that it wouldn't be so hard to move a body if it were in a cylinder. You would just have to roll it.
So you're saying Renju's body was moved inside the drum, which is how the watch came off. But the suspect didn't notice it.
I'm not saying anything for sure, just pointing out that it's possible.
I didn't do it! You don't even have any witnesses! If I were rolling an oil drum in the middle of the street, people would have noticed!
You could have put it in a car and driven it.
I don't have a license!
Doesn't mean you can't drive. Even an AI can drive nowadays.
Are you mocking me?
Don't make sudden outbursts like that.
You insulted me!
Just be quiet.
Who are you talking to?
Anyway, Iris, you weigh about 105 pounds, right?
Where is this coming from?
If only you weighed more. Or less.
That is none of your business.
No, I mean that your weight is relevant to the case. If the oil drum was used to transport the corpse, then the possibility of the suspect being around 105 pounds is extremely likely.
Explain, Date.
Why do you say that?
Oh, you're gonna make me explain it, huh? Why? Yeah, irrelevant.
Renju's estimated TOD. Numerous hemorrhages in the blood vessels of the weapon used to commit the murder. The criminal likely wrapped it around Renju thence. The more precise cause of death is cerebral. In short, Renju.
Completely irrelevant. Pretty irrelevant. 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 Ah, that's why. Yes. The oil drum. Yep. And Renju's weight. There we go. Okay, that makes sense. I just
Iris,
forgot about that
on
part
which
where
floor
we
is
knew.
Sunfish Pocket located?
I just forgot about the part where we knew the elevator records showing how much weight there was in the elevator.
On the second floor?
That's right. So, I checked the elevator records. Before the corpse was discovered, the elevator only stopped at the second floor once, at 8:55 p.m. And we discovered that the total cargo weight on the elevator was about 310 pounds. Renju weighed 160. The oil drum weighs 44. Together, that's about 205. Subtracting that from 310.
This doesn't look good.
Why are you?
Now, this obviously doesn't prove you're the murderer. A lot of people weigh 105 pounds. Or someone could have put 105 extra pounds in the elevator, sent it up, and taken the stairs to throw us off the trail. However,
Date, stop. Iris is acting strange. Don't turn around.
why not?
Just stay put. Keep your eyes on the wall. There are several cameras in this room. 2 surveillance cameras installed at the corners of the ceiling, and 1 camera on a tripod. I hacked each to gain access to their recordings. Look at this.
I'm looking.
She's fidgeting around. Is she doing something under the desk?
That's what it looks like, but we need to confirm something before we confront her. We need to know that she's in fact doing something under the desk.
Without turning around?
Yes.
How would I do that?
I guess I clicked on the right thing. Is that a phone?
Ah, shit. Iris, what are you thinking? What is that thing? Hey, answer me, Iris.
She's definitely hiding something, Date. sync with her.
Okay.
Iris is experiencing REM sleep. Medication is working perfectly.
How about it, Date? Think you can do it?
Not a problem. Get it started.
The time limit is 6 minutes. So before time is up,
I know.
then let's begin.
Somniums are definitely my least favorite part of the game. Just because of having a time limit. If it didn't have a time limit, I'd be fine with it. Okay. It's like an abandoned factory or something like that. Or a construction site.
What is this place?
It looks depressing. How is this related to Iris?
Unknown, but there must be a connection.
Iris, what are you hiding?
Somnium scan. Activate.
Okay. The TV. The windows. Whatever that is. And another wall, I guess. Discover Iris's secret. A mysterious room, videos, and a strange device. You may be able to find the truth. Look at the blood, watch the murder. Okay. There's just the TV. And there's doors behind us, but those are probably irrelevant right now.
A CRT TV.
Right. If I do something else first, would those timies change?
A double door.
Open it? I mean, it'll give us a 1/6 timey. That would be great. And it only costs
It
us
doesn't
5
open.
seconds.
We don't have to worry about it.
Alright.
A CRT.
Okay, it doesn't change. Spin a dial. That is from the first Cyclops killings, isn't it? One of the victims.
What is this video?
It is difficult to believe, but these are the faces of the victims of the original Cyclops killer.
What? What is going on here? Iris, what are you hiding?
We should continue. There are more objects to inspect now.
Plenty more objects. Okay, apparently we chose that path. We saw the murder video. Okay. What else do we have in here? Doors, torso, mirror, and gun. Mirror, gun, torso.
A revolver.
Is it real?
It appears that way.
Short jump. Go on.
Weekly Shonen?
Don't say it!
I did the best I could. I am not a cyborg, and thus I cannot reach that height. This is not my fault.
Nobody's blaming you.
Alright. She can't jump to it.
5 minutes left,
A
Date.
torso with a head.
If it has a head, is it still called a torso?
What would you call it?
Push it?
No use. loose.
Their guard is up. You have to loosen them up first.
What do you mean?
But the traditional approach would be to start with a massage.
If you are not going to help, should I choke you instead?
You should try that on them. They might be into that.
Date, please stop.
Well, now that he said
A
it,
torso with...
why don't we... Yeah, I mean, why not?
Even my
Okay.
consciousness is being affected.
While I was unconscious, the room changed.
I'm tired of this. But we have no choice but to investigate.
Mental lock number 2. Strangled the body. Medicine bottle.
A drug bottle that holds some kind of liquid.
I guess we're investigating it.
There is no label. I cannot determine what is inside.
It's probably dangerous.
I agree. We should not touch it if we do not know what it is. Even in Somnium, some things should not be done.
Okay, what were the other options
A
we
drug
had
bottle
with
that
it?
holds
Chug or smell? No, you know what? We'll skip on
an
that.
operating table.
Perform surgery or sleep? Sleep is an interesting one. Sure. We'll sleep.
How does it feel?
Awful. Am I going to be killed? Modified? I'm restless. I can't take the suspense.
Do you think they'll modify you into a grasshopper or a spider?
That's not what I'm talking about.
Alright, give us a good timey, at least.
It's an operating...
Perform surgery? On what?
Who do you intend I operate on?
The torso?
Can you just pretend to do it?
Pretend to do it? Nothing's happening. How disappointing.
Damn. I thought it might trigger a memory to recreate itself or something.
Perhaps you should abandon that line of thinking.
Perhaps I should, yes.
3 minutes, Date.
I can't do anything with the TV anymore. Wait, can I still not get to the gun? I can't. What about the mirror?
A full body mirror.
Oh god. I guess we're gonna have to go with
Are
punch.
you sure I can break this mirror?
No.
No, I don't think you have the strength to break it.
Then why did you ask me to, pervert?
Just punch it, and I'm not a pervert. You see? It won't break.
What was the point of that?
To get rid of the timey.
A full...
Orc.
Can you talk?
Can you talk?
What? Don't copy me.
What? Don't copy me.
Pervert. Date is a pervert.
Pervert. Date is a pervert.
Why do I have to get called a pervert? And twice?
Okay. That is interesting, but it
You have less than 2 minutes, Date.
doesn't
Hurry.
exactly solve my problem.
A full body...
Look.
A torso in the reflection.
A torso. Not you?
Is there any meaning to this?
Can't say. But what is going on?
Can I... What things can I even interact with? Oh, there's another TV. Oh god, I didn't see that.
An old
Turn the dial. Make it half, actually. Yeah, that is a different victim.
That video showed the face of a victim of the original Cyclops killer.
Wait. Was Uncle in quotation marks? I mean, we're still not half sure about whether Uncle was number 89 or Date, but assuming Uncle was number 89, did he take Iris with him? And what was he the original Cyclops killer and took Iris with him to witness those murders? I mean, it's a very vague theory, but because there is that significant red or orange red-ish figure in the back of all of those recordings. So there must have been another witness to it. And considering we're in Iris' Somnium, it would make sense in a way.
It appeared to be the second victim.
What is going on? Iris has something to do with the first Cyclops case?
Unknown. I do not have enough information.
Guess that means we have to investigate more.
Indeed. The oil drum, shelf, and another torso have been added.
Let's go.
Okay. There's a gas canister.
A common gas canister.
Right, I mean... Open the valve? Go on. Okay.
It's rusted shut. I cannot open it.
If you can't, then
It is meant to be closed?
I think so.
Okay.
A common gas...
What about kicking it? Nope, too heavy. Okay.
Are you okay?
It hurts. I might not be able to stand for a while.
Don't give up. I believe in you.
I believe that you are more of a sadist than you let on.
Alright, so not that. What about the shelf?
Only a shelf.
Push.
That shelf sticking out. It seems odd.
There's something on top of it. Iva, watch out. Something's gonna drop on your head.
What?
Okay.
What happened?
A metal ball must have fallen off the shelf.
Why would anyone put that there? An iron ball. It looks quite heavy.
You know what? Let me actually go for the retry right here. Because I know, like, with 34 seconds, there's no way. But we now know what we have to do here. We just go to the TV.
An old...
We turn the dial. Yeah. Then we go to the shelf.
4 minutes.
Only a shelf.
We push it.
What?
A metal ball must have...
Yep.
An
We have the
iron
ball. That's unfortunate, but fine, I think. We could try throwing it. Let's throw it first, actually.
Where should I throw it?
Throw it that way.
Understood.
I mean, the wall is where I would have thrown it, but...
It is unexpectedly light. All right. Yeah!
Ah? Okay. There's now a giant metal ball up
I
there.
feel like that ball hit me in the head.
Now, a TV and an old book have appeared.
I hope this is the last time.
Okay. Wait. Why am I running this way? Where's the TV in the book? TV's back there. Worn out reference book. I am curious. Wait, where am I going? Going in the complete wrong direction. Let me just have a look at the book, because I think we're very good on time.
It is a thick book.
Read it, please.
It has not been well preserved. Most of the ink has faded.
Can you tell what kind of book it is?
It is probably a book on...
Butterflies. You can see...
insects!
Okay.
It's a book on insects!
Don't get excited. I know how you love bugs. Does this book belong to Iris?
I didn't know she liked insects, and to read the book so often that it wears out.
Well, we can't prove it's Iris's.
True. We cannot conclude anything.
Okay. Well... we're back
An
at the TV.
old-fashioned TV.
I mean... turn the dial, of course. Watch the next murder.
Please. Help me. Help me. This was the third victim of the original Cyclops killer.
Why does Iris know that?
There is a possibility that she saw it online or on TV.
She even reproduced the circumstances of the killing. Would her imagination explain that?
Date, we have no direct evidence. For now, we must continue investigating.
Right.
Right. A
You have
locker.
less than 2 minutes, Date. Hurry.
Yeah, I'm going.
Just a locker.
What do you mean, just a locker? Open the damn thing.
Iba?
It's all right. More importantly,
That's cool. Is it gonna hit the gun? Hurry up, balls. This is wasting our time. Of course it isn't actually. Just in the imaginary world where we actually only have 6 minutes. Yes, we are standing still, so time passes very slowly, but that should affect objects in the Somnium too, so actually time is going in real time here. It's gonna flip the table. Right. There we go, it finally hit the damn gun.
that is...
Oh. That guy looked a bit like Date. Huh. Interesting. Day 3, Sunday.
What happened in that Somnium?
We saw it too.
The 4 murdered women are without a doubt the victims of the original Cyclops serial killings.
That means...
The murders that occurred 6 years ago are these memory fragments that coalesced in this Somnium.
No. That means the person who killed them was...
Look at him. So similar. Boss. What do we even start with here? The blue figure from the sink.
Help me understand this. What I saw during the sink earlier, that was the scene of the original Cyclops serial killings, right?
That's why the killer from this case couldn't be the same as the killer from 6 years ago, because the killer from 6 years ago was Date.
Yeah.
So the person doing the killing was the original Cyclops killer.
Right.
Did you see him?
And it makes sense for the killer to be, for the killer to be Iris's uncle in quotation marks, and for Date to be Iris's uncle too. Perfect. Works out. Does it make sense? Maybe. Don't know yet, but...
He was...
I saw your face. The original Cyclops killer was...
It can't be. That's impossible.
Date, you cannot say that for certain. You have no memories past 6 years ago.
So perhaps, Mr. Date, you are the killer. You're missing your left eye, so you steal them from others.
I'm kidding. You can't be the Cyclops killer.
Really?
Of course not.
Why?
Do you think I would hire a serial killer?
Maybe.
You interrogated Iris before the sink. What you saw in the Somnium was just a manifestation of the fear you put in her.
Or are you just telling me this? About the original Cyclops serial killings?
Didn't I tell you? The entire case is a state secret. No matter how many times you ask, I won't tell you anything.
Just tell me.
The Cyclops killer appeared 6 years ago. I lost my memory 6 years ago. There has to be some kind of connection.
There isn't. It's a coincidence.
Yeah, sure.
Really?
Really.
Why did the original Cyclops killer appear in Iris' Somnium?
You can't dream of something you know nothing about.
That means Iris must know about the killings.
6 years ago, Iris was 12.
Did she witness the crime at age 12? And not just one, but all four?
Alright, Pewter.
Remember what the boss said this morning. The original Cyclops killer has yet to be brought to justice. After the investigation got going, it was taken over by the government and classified. That was the last we heard anything about it. Of course, they paid lip service to the idea that the investigation was ongoing, but in reality, it was dropped completely.
About the original and new incidents.
I don't believe there's any meaningful connection. Between the original and new Cyclops serial killings, I mean.
Why is that?
The culprit is not the same. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
How can you be so sure?
Because I can. Don't worry about it. Just trust me.
You tried to... Whatever. I don't trust you. The red figure from the sink.
In the Somnium earlier, I saw someone else who might be the criminal. Who was he?
I wouldn't know.
Why did the original Cyclops killer appear in Iris' Somnium?
The Sinker does not always experience the Somnium they expect. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. When using the sync machine for an investigation, we don't always see the memories we expect to see. True, oftentimes a subject will subconsciously want to express their dark secrets and repressed memories. That is why we see them so often in Somnia, and why those Somnia are so useful for criminal investigations. But this is not a guarantee. We cannot control the content of our dreams, after all. It's like I told you before. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. This can be expressed as an equation. Dream D equals memory A plus memory B plus memory C. This, of course, means that Dream D is a fictional event. However, the same cannot necessarily be said about memory A, B, and C. Those happened in reality. In other words, fiction is built from combinations of reality.
So what I saw in Somnium earlier...
Yes, I believe Iris actually witnessed those events.
So do I. Are all memories real?
Pewter, you said that memories happen in reality, right? But what about false memories? How do we know if the memory really happened?
Even false memories are built from the pieces of real ones. If you disassemble those pieces, you will find real events.
What about things you see in movies or television?
The events might be fictional, but the experience is not. Our imaginations are limited to what we have seen. We cannot invent something whole cloth.
That is one of the most interesting parts about dream theory to me, by the way. Just a random thought again here. The fact that you cannot dream of something that you haven't in some way, shape or form experienced or seen before. I didn't learn anything from speaking with Boss and Pewter. As always. If anything, the mystery only grew deeper. Pewter shook me from her thoughts.
Dante, it looks like Iris is about to wake up.
Got it.
I headed to the sink room.
Hey Iris, about that dream earlier.
Dream? What dream?
There is no point in asking her, Date. The subject of a sink does not experience somnium in the way that you do. They will not remember it.
Then what about the Cyclops killer from 6 years ago?
Cyclops killer? I remember hearing it on the news, but I was just a little girl. I don't remember anything specific.
You don't?
No,
What about the scene of the murder?
I don't know. I've never been there.
But
Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones.
You can't dream of something you know nothing about. Date, could you take Iris home?
Huh?
We do not have enough evidence to hold her. Even in Somnium, we couldn't find anything. The law demands that we release her.
You cannot decline, Date.
I mean, we wanted to talk to her mother anyway.
Date, could we make a stop first?
Where?
Sure. Where?
Let me guess, Hikuma Shrine?
Marble.
Oh,
It's a
Marble.
bar in Golden Yokocho.
Interesting.
You know about that place?
Yeah, Mr. Okiura took me before.
Why do you want to go there?
There's something I want to talk about.
We can't talk here?
It might take a while.
What do you think?
There's no reason to refuse. Besides, there's a lot I want to ask her, too. Alright, sure.
Iris nodded and pulled out her phone. Is she sending a null message to someone? I was curious, but I didn't want to pry. I turned the wheel and drove to Marble. You probably shouldn't turn the wheel there, it's a pretty straight road. Marble, Sunday 9:41 p.m. When we walked in, I didn't see Mama anywhere. To my surprise, I saw Ota sitting at the counter.
Tessa!
Oh, Ota!
Act surprised. Right, of course you are here. Isn't your phone broken?
No, this is my new one. You're thinking of the one I dropped in that puddle.
Of course. Where's Mama?
Oh, she left a little while ago. She said something about going to help an acquaintance. She told me to watch the place until she got back.
How well do you know Mama?
Not at all. It's my first time here.
I wasn't particularly surprised. Mama's always depended on the kindness of strangers, ever since she opened Marble.
I was nihiling with Tessa earlier. She said she was going to Marble, so I got here just before you did. Look, I was really worried about her. She was about to be charged with a serious crime.
What was that thing about?
This actually works out nicely. I want to ask you something, Ota.
Oh yeah, he's an awful liar. He'll be easier to get information out of.
It's about a Nile message you sent Iris. You said you wouldn't tell anyone about that thing, that you'd stay quiet no matter what. What were you talking about?
Well,
I'll tell her about the two-witter thing. I swear I'll do it.
geez, fine. Just don't tell anyone else, okay? But before I tell you, who's that?
Aiba?
What?
At the door. Someone's standing outside.
Okay, probably not Aiba then. Great.